And it's time for another matchup in round 2 of the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. Let's have a look at the table. So here's the table, and as we can see, 2 of the first spots have been filled up now in the quarterfinals. We had the Spartan, which beat the Schneider Hells, I think it was. And we've also got a little bit of a surprise there. The Lohnbrau beat the Augustiner Edelstoff. It was a really, really good beer. So that's going to face off in the quarters against the Spartan. Anyway, the next slot in this quarters will be filled up by one of these 2 beers. So we've got the Westmorlander Lakes Lager, and we've got the Rudgate Pilsnor. I remember that I thought these were pretty good, these 2 beers, and you know they weren't amazing, but they were better than the competition. Can't remember which was against which now. Can't remember now whether either of them I thought these just got through because it was against weak competition or what. But I know one was against a Paulaner and the other was against Veltins, I think. So anyway. What can I say? This is what we've got. So we've got the Westmorlander Lakes Lager on my left, 5% ABV. It's, what can I say? It's a light bohemian style lager beer with a hoppy flavour, refreshing zestiness, and lots of other stuff. And then we've got the Rudgate Pilsnor. It's an English Pilsner, and you never know on a different day. I don't know what I thought of these beers, but on a different day I might say something completely different. Who knows? As usual, it's going to be blind. I'm not going to know which one is which, but there you go. These are the contenders. Looking forward to drinking them both. Looking forward to see which one is going to get into the quarterfinals. So let's get them poured out in glasses, and I'll see you shortly. So here we are, 2 generous helpings of these 2 beers here. With see, again, similar sized heads. They were slightly bigger before I started rolling, but they are dissipating quite quickly. What have we got here? So heads, pretty similar heads. This one's got slightly smaller bubbles than this one. Before I go any further, I'm going to tell you which one is which. So here is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Right, so we're going to start getting a nose on these things in a minute. Let's have a look at them first. So we've got, oh, they're both a bit similar colour actually. This one's slightly a little more amber. It's slightly a little bit more amber, this one, than this one. But generally they are looking very similar in colour. Both crystal clear. Both look very nice. Both look quite smooth, but we'll get a nose on them in a minute. Can't talk today. I don't know what's up with it. Right, so let's get a nose on this one first. So very citrusy, very lemony, very pale ale smell. A little bit dank. It smells really nice, this, actually. I'm not sure if I had a Pilsner in a previous round, which I thought smelled very pale ale-y. But yeah, very citrusy, very lemony, and a little bit dank. Very hoppy. It smells really nice. That smells really interesting. Gotta say, really interesting. Right, let's have a smell of this one. Ooh, see, too much in this one. Too much in it. That smells a lot more malty. This one's a lot maltier. Sweeter. Breadier. A little bit of citrus in this one, a little bit of orange. Smells like it might be a little bit too sweet, this one. I'm preferring to smell this one to this one. This one smells really interesting. This one smells like it might be a little bit sweet. Doesn't smell dirty though. Smells alright. Bit bready, bit syrupy, bit lemony, bit of orange, bit of honey. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to have another smell of this one. Oh yeah, that one's that's very interesting, that one. It smells like a session pale. Anyway, right, okay, let's have a refresh of the palate. I'm going to start diving in. Put the water over there. Okay, I'm going to dive into this one first. Cheers. Quite light in flavour. A little bit of nuttiness in the flavour. Fairly smooth, creamy aftertaste. Not a huge amount in the way of aftertaste. Can't remember what I know that the Westmorlander was 5%. I can't remember what the percent was on the other one now, but not that it matters. I think it might have been about 4.6. Yeah, there's a bit of lemoniness, a bit of citrusiness. It's quite light in flavour. Right, let's have a go on this one and see. Oh, I'll have another swill first. Okay, I'm going to have a go on this one now. Cheers. So that's malty and bready in the flavour. Again, flavour. Again, slightly smooth aftertaste. It's not got a massive load of aftertaste to it. Very low bitterness. Neither of these are knocking my socks off, I won't lie. Yeah, you really got to search for the flavour in this. Yeah, it's a little bit of syrupiness, tiny bit of citrus, bit of maltiness. Quite a nice creamy aftertaste. I've got to say, it's quite a nice kind of biscuity aftertaste there to that one. Go on, swill again. Okay, I'm gonna have another go on this one. This one's certainly lighter in the flavour, but it's got a very interesting smell. It's got a nice light hoppiness to it, this one. Very crisp. Yeah, it's got a nice light hoppiness to it. There's an ever so little bit dank in the background. A little bit of bitterness. Very crisp, very refreshing. This one hits the tongue a little bit more up front, but I think that syrupy sweetness doesn't really have enough bitterness to offset it. So none of these are world beaters. Well, neither of these are world beaters. But they're both alright. They're both pretty decent. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. They're both very different. This is more of a malty lager. This is more of a, I'd say, like zesty lager, really. Zesty, interesting, vibrant. And it has got a bit of a pale ale-ness to it, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Craft lagers always seem to taste very different from, like, you know, Helles beers and Pilsners and things like that. If I got this as a craft lager, I would like it. I don't like a lot of craft lagers. Somehow I find them, like, I don't know, a bit weird. This one has a kind of a crafty vibe to it, especially with that kind of like hoppiness and kind of like the zestiness, a little bit of dankness. And it's interesting. It's interesting. It's different. This is just like a mediocre malty lager, I'd say. I think. I think this one would get a bit sickly after a while. It is a little bit on the sweet side. This one, it's quite light on flavour, but I could honestly drink this all day. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, it's giving me real pale ale vibes, but it's not too pale ale-y. It's got a lovely citrusiness in the flavour. It's nice and light. It's relatively smooth. Yeah, I mean they're both similar. They're both quite similar quality. They're both quite decent. I'm gonna go for this one over this one. So this one's going through. Because I'm just enjoying it more, basically. I'm going to hazard a guess that this is the Rudgate and this is the Westmorlander, but I honestly don't know, to be honest. But to be honest, if this is the Rudgate and says it's a Pilsner, then it definitely doesn't deserve to go through, because that's never seen a Pilsner. This one might be like a bit of a Pilsner with a twist, possibly. It's certainly got that kind of fresh, vibrant kind of taste you get from a Pilsner, although not massively bitter. But yeah, I'm preferring this one. This one's going through. This one's out. Let's find out which one was which. Okay, we're back, and yes, so I was right again. This was the Westmorlander, and that was the Rudgate. If I remember, I think this was the one that beat the. I might be wrong. I think this is the one that beat the Pilsnor. If so, yeah, I can see why it did. To be honest, because it's clean as a whistle and it's very drinkable. I know the Pilsnor I thought was a bit carboody. Yeah, it's good, that. Has a nice beer. The more you drink it, the more the flavours open up. It's nice and zesty. It's nice and fruity, citrusy. A little bit of hoppiness in there. It's nice. This one. This one up against the Veltins. I remember really not liking the Veltins. I remember saying it was like a Pilsner done badly. It wasn't good. And this one, yeah, this one's smooth. It's nice. It's all right. German. I wouldn't call it a German style beer, but who knows? That's what it calls it on here. What percent was this at? And this was 4.7%. This one. So yeah, I thought I said 4.1 then. 4.7%. Yeah, I mean, they're both decent. That one I'm enjoying the aftertaste more now. But it is a little bit sweet for my palate. That one. So it's gone. And that is not going through to the next round. This one will be going through to the next round, up against I think the Bitburger or the Staropron, Czech Brewed Staropron. So that'll be interesting to see what happens when it's up against one of those two. But yeah, so Rudgate Pilsnor, Pilsnor, an English Pilsner with on all malt mash. What did it say about it? Did it say much about? It mentions what the hops are in it. It says it's clean and crisp with Aurora and Styrian Wolf hops. I don't know what they taste like, but I was enjoying it. And what does it say? It says it doesn't say anything about citrusiness in the notes there. It just says it's a tasty beer. So always a great beer, always something new. Yeah, yeah, modern take on a classic style, and yeah, I'd probably say that is probably true. Yeah, it's taking a Pilsner and giving it a bit more hoppiness, and a bit more fruitiness, and making something a little bit different. So I say power to him. It's classic, clean and crisp. I'll give him that. It is that as well, and it's very, very nice. So there you go, through to the next round. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a good one.